To steal his viewers.
Yeah,
Oh,
steal
that's what I
his
was
viewers
thinking.
on live broadcast, which that was right when I turned on the stream, Martin.
That's all we got. That's all we got on
The usurper has
viewers.
been spotted. Okay, so since we are actually starting the stream now, I just saw it go live. The thing is still fluctuate. Oh, it went down to 0 kilobits a second for a moment.
Oh, there we go.
Oh
It's not
god,
lagging
I'm
anymore.
losing 70% of my frames. Oh my gosh. Why is it doing this? It did. I know it's not me in Skype because I hosted this exact same thing last
It's
time
okay.
with no
Dude, Jerk Row's
problems.
losing a lot of frames too.
Yeah, it's
It's
gonna
a
the
global
hell
thing.
out
It's a
of
global
me.
thing.
It's gotta be Twitch.
Yeah, that has to be Twitch.
It's gonna be Twitch.
Yes,
Except in
it's
that, he's
Twitch.
streaming with no problem.
Okay, let's go ahead and start introducing ourselves. In
Alright.
the blue gloves in the upper right hand corner, we have Martin. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? I'm Martin, and I play Pokemon, I guess, and other stuff. Hi,
Purrs.
Martin Perez streams.
Brrrs.
Follow me on Martin Perez streams.
It's Purrs, whatever.
If you look at the preview, it's actually got your Twitch channel on
Yeah,
the
they have
video.
your little name.
Yeah, that's where I'm
Yeah,
like,
I've got all of us covered.
can I get a little twinkle, like?
No, fuck you.
Martin Perez streams.
In the bottom left-hand corner, in the boring gray gloves,
Whoa.
we have
Shots fired.
Dirt. Oh, you thought I was talking about Trip? No,
Yeah,
yes, I was talking about you, Trip.
Alright.
Wow, I am not boring.
That
Right.
twist.
He did say
Alright.
bottom left, admittedly, so
Yes.
he was talking about me.
Yes.
Alright, so I guess I'll just introduce myself. My name's Liam, or as I'm known, Triple Agent, and I run Paper Mario, and I stream kind of often, I'd say, more recently. And we just have a good time, pretty much. Have a good time.
Are you sure?
Nailed it.
Hey, sometimes. When the stream's not acting up.
Yeah, because we've lost 90% of the frames.
It's all good.
And
Dude, I feel like I'm
all of
watching a
all of
PowerPoint
the audio
presentation.
has
I'm-
probably gone through just fine.
Dude, I'm watching the stream, and it's like watching a PowerPoint presentation.
That's exactly
check
what everyone
check the
said.
sound on it real quick, if the sound's going through.
Let me check. Hold on.
Yes. Yeah, I'm curious if the sound.
Oh, seems to be working fine.
The sound's working? The
Yeah.
sound working fine? Okay, yeah, so it is something on their end. If
Yeah,
the sound
it's an
is
audio show,
processing
so
through
it'll
it
be
just...
fine.
Yeah, it is pretty much an audio show, so... In the bottom right-hand corner with the fabulous jar of dirt,
Oh yeah.
we have me. Okay. Please introduce yourself, Dirt.
Okay. Hi, I'm inmydaywehaddirt. Dirt. Yes. I apologize for not having a face cam, but the jar of dirt accurately represents what I look like.
Yep, confirmed. I seen her selfies. She totally looks like that.
Yes.
You're saying she looks like
Yes.
dirt now.
No,
I
no,
would
no,
say
she's
that's
the guy on the left.
No, she looks like the jar. She doesn't look like dirt. She looks
Oh my
like
gosh,
the
the
jar
guy on
of
the left,
dirt.
though. Jeez.
Yes.
Okay.
Dirt gets all the ladies.
Yes.
Yeah, Dirt has a really sick mustache. I've seen it.
Okay, so I might as well introduce myself in my fancy
Yo, Dirt didn't say where she
green
plays.
gloves.
Yeah, we got 7 viewers right
Oh
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You need to actually introduce yourself.
yeah, professional podcast, excellent quality. But
Wow.
I'm
Jeez.
starting to speedrun Paper Mario, and I might start up with Minish Cap also.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
My gosh. Also,
Wait.
if someone follows, it's going to be really loud for me. So if I suddenly jump, that's what happened.
I love that follower alert thing. J-Rod told me how do you get it also.
Yes,
so
but-
I'll have that too.
Yes.
Oh,
It's so sick. It's so sick.
my audio file for it though.
I love it. It's just like I forget what it
Speak
is.
up, Francis. Your voice got all muffled from your head being so far up your ass. That's what it says every
What is
time I
that
get a
from?
follow.
Oh my god.
That's from Left 4 Dead.
I do it. I do
Oh.
it with my email, and every time I like to do it myself because that way I can like pay attention to something and then pay attention to the follows. And I just go with my horn like an air horn from like club music. Beep, 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 beep.
You have an air horn. You actually do.
Well, like I trigger like a sound file from my keyboard.
That's amazing. I need to do that.
Like if
I
you
need
ever
to-
watch my next time, try to catch my stream, and when I get a follow, I just go like, "Wait, I have a bunch of sound effects set up to just like fool around."
That's so sick. I need to do that if I like get a trick really well. Because
Yeah,
I always
I'll-
say time for an air horn, and I just make the sound effect myself, and I need an actual air horn.
No, I actually like have this. I'll show you how to do it. It's really easy.
Sweet.
I'm about to press the Inception button, Martin.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh, I have that sound channel muted. Never mind.
Oh,
Playback devices.
Aw.
Whatever.
Set a default
Like,
headset.
if you
There
ever
we
watch
go.
my next time, try to catch my stream. And when I get a follow, I just go like, I have a bunch of sound effects set up.
That's so sick. I need to do that if I like get a trick really well.
Is it gonna work?
'Cause I
Or
always say
I
time
know.
for an air horn, and I just make the sound
Oh
effect
crap!
myself.
Oh
and
crap!
I
I'm
need an
feedbacking
actual
on myself. I
air
don't
horn.
have the preview muted. I had the entire sound device muted, and then I moved over everything onto another sound device.
everything that could have gone wrong is going wrong.
Yes. But most
I mean,
notably,
except-
we have the Inception button.
Except Dirt's router acting up. That could have gone wrong.
That's shh. Don't
Yeah.
talk about it.
Don't.
Don't
I'm
acknowledge it.
sorry.
Start.
Don't talk about it. It'll
Oh, God.
happen.
Oh
The
my
router
God.
will hear you. It's right there.
It will hear you. It knows.
It's easy when you sleep.
He's right there.
I,
He's
uh,
listening.
I don't sleep in my little brother's room. That'd be creepy.
Oh my God.
Well,
Anyway, shall we get started?
The router kind of says otherwise. Oh gosh. So, shall we actually? Oh yeah, we haven't finished introductions. Dirt, I think you still haven't mentioned where your channel was, or I wasn't.
True. She hasn't even.
Yeah.
Well, no, she did. She did. She did. She talked
I
about Paper
mentioned-
Mario and Minish Cap.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm losing my track. Okay, I am the Sanctus Next. I do YouTube videos. I am partnered with N4G TV, which is underneath the Maker Studios umbrella. Has people like Total Biscuit, PewDiePie,
Game
those
Grumps.
kind of people. Yeah,
Game Grumps.
yeah. I think the Game Grumps are in there. I think they're in they're in Polaris specifically.
Game Grumps.
And I've got over 500 videos under my belt.
Whoa.
And I'm just starting
What
to
kind
stream.
of belt do you wear? That's like a lot of videos.
You assume I wear
one belt.
pants.
Ah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, I don't
the
actually
way-
wear pants. I'm sorry.
I can tell that Martin's a huge Game Grumps fan. Just in general, like over the time that I've known him, he's quoted Game Grumps numerous times. I just
Sorry, I
want to
just
point
think
that out.
they're really funny.
They are.
It's probably a good
That's why I'm
idea that I
agreeing
named
with you.
my guy on Debug Edition Butlet.
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 What you gonna do without a butlet?
The guy on my Pokemon thing, it's called Fuck Eye. So
Yes.
Mine is called
Yes.
Shit Eye. That's what it calls.
same approach, different swear. So
Well, one of my Pokemon is named Hard Nips. It was a request of the viewers, and I did
The
it.
Pumloom.
one of
It's not a
mine is
Pumloom.
called. One
It
of
is
mine
a female Aeron.
One of mine is called Oh Shit He, and it's hilarious when they put him to sleep and he wakes up and it's like, oh shit, he woke up.
Oh shit!
Oh shit, he fainted.
That's okay. Wait, you should do that for a Snorlax. You just do rest all the time. Now that'd be a competitive thing. Like have it on Pokemon Showdown and see what people like comment on it.
Who
Oh,
can
shit.
sleep
Like
the most?
like a Resto Chesto Snorlax, and be like, oh shit, he used rest. Oh shit, he woke up.
It would be hilarious.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I like
Or-
it's funny when you have a nice type and you call him Hitler and you teach him the move hail. So he's like Hitler used hail.
Oh my god.
Honestly, I saw something on Reddit where they named a Regigigas Tyrone, and it had slow start, and so it's like Tyrone finally got its act together. That was the best one. That's the best one.
That's hilarious. That's really funny.
And now all I can think about is that early Pokemon episode where you just have two Metapods just staring at each other, just keep using Harden.
Oh my god,
Nothing
that's so old.
happens.
That's hilarious.
Oh gosh. So let's get this show on the roll. So who would like to pick our first topic?
Oh, are we going no order?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we just have 10 topics and we go until they are exhausted. But
let's talk about. Can I go first?
Yeah,
Sorry,
Martin,
no,
go
ahead.
no.
It's,
Third.
no.
no, Martin, no, you can't go
No,
first.
you, Martin, go ahead.
Let's perpetuate the social constructs and let the lady go first.
Well, you would go first then, right? A jar of dirt.
Whoa!
Air horn button time if I had an air horn button.
Such
This is the time where we would use it.
If I could use it right now, I would.
I just used the Inception button, so we're cool.
Nice.
Actually, let's talk about Wii U Streaming. I think
No,
that one was the most interesting one.
I was going to
Wii U
suggest that.
Streaming.
I knew it. Martin and I are thinking on the same thing. Got the same
Dude,
back.
you and I are like
same.
connected, dude. Same
there.
all the time.
All right.
Okay, so
Okay.
I think I will open with a excerpt from it. The ability to stream video of live gameplay straight from a console through a streaming service like Twitch has become an important identifying part of next-gen gaming. However, the Wii's stance on the subject is, and I quote, "We don't think streaming 30 minutes of gameplay by itself is a lot of fun."
Can I just
Yes.
before we start, just that hurts.
Yeah.
Because I streamed way more than 30 minutes of gameplay by itself.
How many people? I was gonna say, how many people really only do 30-minute streams? Nintendo's a little out of touch here.
Yeah,
Not
it's-
even close.
Can I say
It's-
something? And it's gonna be a bit controversial.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I kind of get where they're coming from.
Well, yeah, there
'Cause-
was a bit in there where they mentioned that.
Because then at the end, he starts talking about how, like, Nintendo does like Twitch and they do want to have content on Twitch, but they want to, like, raise the bar. They don't want some guy in his room just playing a game and being like, hey, what's up, everybody? They want to have, like, tournaments. They want to have, like, events with developers and stuff that's actually, like, raising the bar.
I hate
Because,
to break it to you, but people already do that without the console.
No, exactly. But I'm saying, like, they want to do something like that goes beyond what the usual Twitch user streams, and that's
Right, yeah, but, like-
that's like what Nintendo does. They always raise the bar, and I kind of get where they're coming from. It's kind of insulting that they say that, but it's at the same time, it's like kind of true. They're like, why should we do this if everyone else is doing it? Are we gonna just jump on the train because people want us to?
It's interesting that we're all Twitch streamers because like we can have a nice insight on this one. But I really think like, why can't they just do both? Why can't they just have?
But also think about it. Like when you think about Twitch and Nintendo, forget about Mario Kart 8. Let's rewind 2 months ago. How many people actually stream games that you can actually buy from Nintendo right now? Like buy from them and they actually make a profit. I'm not talking like virtual console because
Yeah.
they don't really make that much
I was
money
gonna
off the
say,
virtual
that's
console.
true.
So the whole
there
argument
are
of
people
like
with like HDMI pass-throughs who
yeah,
do.
there are, but how many of them are streaming Wii U games?
It's because
That
Wii
is
U
a
doesn't
question.
like let them stream it. I
No,
think
if you have a capture card, you can stream it.
yeah, but like if you had a streaming program right from Wii U, like PS4 and Xbox One do, you don't like need a capture card. You can stream right from that. I think that's there would be a lot more streams.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, from the people who do have capture cards, how many of them are streaming Wii U? And let's talk about 2 months ago, before Mario Kart 8, because Mario Kart 8 got a lot of hype, and it's gonna be the
Right.
same with Smash Bros. But I think only those two games are gonna get so much hype, and maybe
Yeah,
Zelda.
there's just not that big a library for the Wii U right now.
Oh, there is actually. There's a bunch of good games.
There's another thing. There's another part to this.
It's just like
with,
people on Twitch don't really care about the Wii U, so they don't see. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. So
There's-
Nintendo doesn't see a point on Twitch because people on Twitch don't give a shit about the Wii U. It's true. Like the majority of people.
Well, there's
Well,
also
I-
two other layers to that. On a lot of HDMI ports on these consoles, they've got that protection in place that if it's not using a registered device, it'll just show a black screen. So you basically have to delve into a gray market product just to remove that filter.
Does
And I'm sorry,
Nintendo
go ahead,
have that?
Dirt.
Does the Wii U have
Oh,
that?
no, I was going to say that it's one thing for Nintendo to look at who's already streaming and decide that there's not enough interest in it. but I don't think they're taking into account all the people who just say, you know what, it would be fun to stream, but I don't want to even invest $50 in a capture card. That might not work.
But like, what I'm saying is, okay, imagine you're Reggie, and they give you two scenarios. You can let a bunch of kids stream Smash Bros. And like, not even let them. Give all of the Nintendo users the ability to stream Smash Bros. Or you can make a tournament with the Smash Bros. Community, a live event who's gonna drive up even more people who don't know about the game during E3 and put that shit on Twitch. What are you gonna pick? Which one has the best outcome?
They're not mutually exclusive though. You can
That's
do
what I'm
both.
saying,
Yeah, I'm saying, well, it's true. They're not mutually exclusive, but I kind of understand where they're coming from. You know what I mean? I didn't say they were right, but I understand where they're coming from.
Like, the 30-minute, whatever, it might not have something that's all that interesting. That's fine. But I think that, like, if you actually had a lot of people, like, why wouldn't they want a lot of people to start streaming Nintendo games? Like, why does that somehow hurt their reputation? Like, if they had a lot of people streaming Nintendo games, and then they did a Smash Bros. Tournament, maybe people that were introduced by one of their favorite streamers streaming Nintendo, they would get more traffic in the tournament. That would only make like more profit for them. I don't see like why they.
Well, that's what happened with Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart is a hit. Mario Kart 8 is a hit. Twitch.
There's another thing though. Is it actually feasible to put streaming on those consoles? Because
I was
Wii U
actually
itself
going to go
is
to that.
a weaker console.
I was literally going to talk about that. I was going to say, but I also think that the real reason behind this all is just like they're just putting all this reasoning behind this decision. But I think the real reason is that the Wii U can't handle like streaming on Twitch and playing the games at the same time, because they would have to render 4 images at the same time, right?
That's true.
Like one for the screen, one for the gamepad, and double that into an output for Twitch. And I think the Wii U just can't do that.
Yeah, because it has to take those and then immediately re-encode them. That takes power. And you'd have to drop down all your games to do that.
They can at least come out and say it though. Like, dang.
Yeah.
And I know Nintendo is a company that would rather not put Twitch there than put it there and make the experience of playing games like shittier. Like the last thing they always do is like make the experience worse. Like when I'm talking about like frame rates and like bugs and stuff like that. Like usually like the only Nintendo games that come out with bugs and stuff like that are like Game Freak games, because it's Game Freak. Like because Nintendo doesn't really like code those games and like produce them. But like everything from like the Nintendo the EAD from Nintendo, it's like perfectly coded most of the time.
Good about like if they put something out, it's going to be high quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they don't want to ruin that thing with just here's Twitch, which is gonna like slow down your Wii U while you're streaming. It's like, okay, no.
Plus, there's another thing as well. Do you personally know of any like headset or good camera for a Wii U? Like off the top of your head?
Well, it does have a face camera integrated.
I mean, yeah, there is a
top
face
it.
camera gamepad.
And a microphone.
Yeah.
So it's feasible. It could be done. How good is the quality? I don't really know.
Yeah. I saw I think it was Jerko, or it could have been Strider, but the other day I was seeing one of those streams and they were doing some Mario Kart 8 and I heard someone's mic on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that mic that came over the Wii U, it was so bad quality. So I can only imagine that is the quality of the built-in microphone.
But the Wii U does have a jack, an audio jack, which if you have a thing with both microphone and headset, like a headset with a microphone, and you plug it in there, it's gonna like be accepted, like it works, like whatever.
Yeah.
I just feel like Nintendo really has nothing to lose by having Twitch streaming.
Performance, maybe, because the hardware can't run it.
Yeah.
I guess, like, do you mean performance like good quality streams, or the game just starts acting up, and then their reputation is tarnished because they have a stream in which the game is really laggy?
Exactly, that could happen. That
I mean,
could
I
be a
guess,
legit reason.
with that reason, it would be there's a legitimate thing to lose. But I
But
mean,
they're not
past
gonna
that-
come out and be like, yeah, our console is just too weak to do it, so we're not gonna do it. They have to come up with a reason, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But past just that, like their reputation being tarnished for like a game looking laggy on stream, which I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
because
know if
one
that's
of the
that bad.
one of the hugest like compliments that Mario Kart has gotten is like how it looks. Like even if like yeah, the Wii U it's underpowered, but it looks amazing. That's like
Yeah,
the overall like
they developed a bunch of graphical shortcuts. Most notably, Super Mario Sunshine's a good one. That
yeah.
was still a pretty early GameCube game, but that
Still
thing,
looks great. Wind Waker still
That
looks great.
still looks great.
Yeah.
Super Mario Sunshine looks like it could be on the Wii.
Yeah,
Easily.
Metroid Prime
Yeah.
still looks great as well.
Metroid Prime is the same way. Like SA2 and Mario Sunshine were not that far apart.
I can argue that Sunshine is good enough to make it as a Wii U game.
Well, they
I could agree with you. I think
maybe
that might-
maybe the engine is really good, but not the graphics.
The engine. Well, they were using a bunch of graphical shortcuts that took advantage of the SD screen.
Sure.
Plus, it was
most of the goo was the same texture, just copied and pasted. So.
There was one thing though. Super Mario Sunshine had widescreen progressive scan, which was really good for its time.
Yeah. No, that was a. I'm
It
telling
was still
you, like,
SD quality, but
I'm telling you, EAD games are like very well coded and made. Like I don't know what kind of people they hire there, but like they're top of the line. I'm pretty sure. Like,
yeah.
when have you ever heard about a Mario game with a bug?
I mean, admittedly, I did actually clip through the
Wow.
floor of Mario Kart 8 one time, and I flipped out, and I
But that's
highlighted it,
not. But
and I slow
was that
motioned it.
online?
And it was really funny. No, it was not even online.
Oh.
It was actually really cool. But
It was
no,
Bowser Castle.
yes, it was.
Yeah, there's an that's
There's-
happens on the part where Bowser is
Uh-huh.
punching the. Yep.
Right. And I had like a prawn or something. It was the fact that it was such a big deal is a testament to the fact that it never happens.
Yeah, exactly. When one
Yeah.
thing like that, and that's like a silly bug, and it happens like really like almost never. And everyone
Right.
was like, "Oh my god, that's a known bug about the game." But like, imagine games like fucking I don't know, like for example, what was it? Watch Dogs that came out to the PC, and it was slow. The graphics were not like up to par with like.
I found one
anything.
of the major culprits for that though. JRod311 was streaming Watch Dogs, and he was getting the stuttering. And we found that a good portion of the stuttering was because by default it had the GPU buffered frames set to 5. If you turn it down to 1, the stuttering all but disappears.
Really?
So it makes me wonder who the hell did the presets?
It's just bad porting because that's a kind of setting that you would put into a console, but not
Yeah.
into a PC. It's just a bad port. Like
Yeah.
I just hope the Wii U port is at least decent.
Oh, he should have brought a
If
Watch
it ever
Dogs
comes out.
topic, because I
Yeah.
don't want to talk about
Yeah.
it now. We can go off on a tangent if you guys want.
No, I mean,
No.
I don't know. I think
But
we can save it for next time.
going back to the
Yeah.
Twitch thing, the article at the end talked about YouTube, and I don't know if you guys know, but already like Nintendo Japan talked about like reaching an agreement with YouTube creators and splitting. Actually, instead of taking all the money, splitting it in like an even amount.
Yeah.
And then like that makes sense. They do own the copyright at the end of the day, right?
The
splitting
affiliate
it.
program, as they call it.
Yeah, I think splitting
a
it
crock
is
of
actually a
shit.
fair deal. I think it's a fair deal. I think it is.
I think-
I wholeheartedly disagree under the premise
Speak
of fair
up,
use.
Francis. Your voice got all muffled
Still, it's
from your
still
head
like
being so
yeah,
far up
yeah.
your ass.
There's Phil.
follow.
Oh, hello. What's up?
Oh my god.
Matrix the Bro Boss has followed. It'll actually show up on screen in the preview.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew.
Awesome. Thanks,
The,
Matrix.
the Nintendo crazy flag bot of death is going to be toned back, and that is good.
What?
But like you know how like when you post a video to YouTube and it's got like any Nintendo content, the
Yeah.
flag YouTube bot of death will like immediately take it down.
Yes.
Even if it's like
It won't take the video
Complete-
down.
it's like-
What it
yeah,
does is
it
it
just, like-
monetizes your video and you
right,
get
right, it's
nothing.
just- right. That's
It completely disregards the entire legal premise of fair use,
exactly.
which under that law, all of my Nintendo videos should be protected by that.
Okay, so
Yet,
I'm
Their
gonna
entire stance on it goes against it.
So I'm gonna say something that I think it's a quote from I don't remember, from someone on YouTube. It was like, yeah, what they're doing is shitty. Like, well, and this was back when they taking all the money. Like, what they're doing is shitty, but it's like not illegal, and they're like allowed. Is their copyright? It is their copyright at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah, but under fair use, you actually have to take them
yeah,
to
and I
court
think,
to enforce that.
I think it was really like bullshit that we're talking about taking all the money. I didn't like that, but the affiliate program, I can get down with that.
Well,
And,
the
like,
thing is, when YouTube creators do videos on Nintendo content, it more often than not spurs an interest in the viewers in Nintendo products, therefore theoretically increasing sales on Nintendo products. So at that point, they are getting effectively free advertisement at that point.
but we go
So
back. We
if
go,
they
but we
go
go
around
back
to
to
the
square one. How many people on YouTube are playing Wii U games? The ones that are
Well, it's
actually
not
making
just
profit for
Wii U
Nintendo.
games.
It
This
doesn't matter how
extends
many
to
people they're playing.
Wii
It
U,
matters that there are
Wii,
people.
GameCube, N64.
No,
Doesn't
but
matter
what's
what
the
is.
point?
If you inspire an interest for a brand in its totality, you could inspire sales for a game that's much newer because of the nostalgia factor, because it looks like fun. Oh, there's a newer version of this game? Yeah, I want to go try it. And so at that point, it is effectively advertisement.
Yeah. Well,
and
and I
they're
think-
wanting us to pay them to make videos that advertise for them.
Well, I think
So it
they're
seems
starting to
kinda wrong
realize
at that
that, so
point.
that's why the affiliate program is starting. And I actually feel like most of this depression to like let go of YouTube, it's coming from Nintendo of America towards Nintendo of Japan, because we all know that Nintendo of Japan actually runs Nintendo as a whole. Like, all the decisions come from there.
Yeah.
Nintendo of America doesn't have any decision of how the business actually works. They just have decisions of what games get like ported over to the United States and what deals you get and all this stuff. But like the real decisions, they're all made in Japan.
Yeah.
And I think that goes to show like a lot about like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Because like, for example,
Yeah.
when you see Sony's conference, you can tell that Sony of America has a lot of influence over decisions for like the PlayStation and all this stuff.
And then you get to the
Even
Nintendo
though-
event, and half of it's translated.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's different because then Nintendo is obviously under the Japanese culture kind of thing and mindset, which might be different. I don't know how different it is.
Yeah.
I've never been to Japan, and Sony and Microsoft are very American and European oriented. So
Yeah,
it's very
Sony's accepted influence from other countries a lot more than Nintendo has.
yeah, it's, especially Europe. I don't like. I feel like Sony's
Yeah.
like has like really like takes care of Europe very well.
For instance, I've been watching a lot of the development processes that go behind the scenes at Sony, and this extends to the games Landmark and H1Z1. Sony's a Japanese company, yet these two games are being developed entirely independent of the Japanese market. It's not saying it won't be localized for Japan, but it's being developed in
Yeah.
an English for both European and North American English, and it's being developed for that.
Well, I that's interesting because I actually read an article about that, about Nintendo and how they have now they have Retro Studios and Next Level Games. They're both American studios that actually make like big games for Nintendo. Like, we're talking Luigi's Mansion 2, that was completely made in America. We're talking Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, completely made in America. We're talking big games, like big recent
America.
games. And that has happened before. I don't know if you know, but Sega is an American company. It's not a Japanese company. But all the decision making and all the business info, like everything, just got carried over to Japan, and it all happened from Japan. But Sega is an American company.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that Nintendo like needs to respect their American audiences better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like
Yeah.
that we kind of get very patriotic over here. Like, we're like, oh yeah, all this stuff, the stuff in the factories is made in America. I only buy my corn that was grown in like my local town or whatever. And I feel like the reason why a lot of American gamers do Sony and like PlayStation and then Xbox One, I mean, obviously like they have a million other reasons, but I think there's a little tiny bit of it that's just like, oh, we don't want no Japanese coming in here. This is America. We got all these American companies, and especially their like E3, broadcasts and stuff. They're not like have to have subtitles and whatnot. It's just like it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on a side note, a completely separate thing that just popped in my head. When you mentioned Luigi's Mansion 2, the first thing that popped in my head was a small little factoid for Luigi's Mansion 1.
Okay.
It supported 3D. Luigi's Mansion 1 in development
I
had
heard about
3D.
Oh, that's
And it was
neat.
designed to do 3D on a special type of television that, coincidentally, commercially failed.
That's cool. Well, Nintendo has
it's-
been playing with the idea of 3D since like the Virtual Boy. Like they were
Yeah.
always obsessed with that concept.
Yeah, they had an entire... Like, there was all those, like, you turned the GameCube over, or even the Nintendo 64 over, and you had one port on the N64 and a series of ports on the GameCube for extra peripherals to expand the capabilities of the console. And that included being able to pump it out to that 3D screen. Because although the GameCube wasn't the strongest console, it had a lot of optimization on there and a lot of graphical tricks to
True.
milk out performance.
The fact that those games like fit on like a little CD like that, it was like crazy.
Well, yeah, I think those kinds of discs were called MP3s.
That's hilarious.
Like it was a disc before it was a file.
So yeah, I do feel like Nintendo has to like little by little start letting go of Japan and like becoming to an international company instead of like a Japanese company that does business internationally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're seeing that. Like, for example, I read an interview of like Luigi's Mansion 2 was literally Iwata, not Iwata, Miyamoto came into the team and told them, okay, I want you guys to make a sequel to Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS. And he said, the only rule is Luigi can't jump. That's it. That's the only thing that he said. Like, that's the only thing that I want to impose. He can't jump.
Yeah,
The
'cause I
rest of
think
like the
wasn't it
rest of the mechanics go crazy.
wasn't it like the vacuum's bound to A or something?
Sorry?
Like, don't they like A would be a good button to bind the vacuum to instead of jumping?
Yeah, and
you've
apparently it's
already
kind of
got
like
the-
sets the mood. Like Luigi's too scared to actually like move and stuff like that.
Yeah, because if you're just sitting there scared and all of a sudden, boing, kind of breaks it a little bit. So I think that's a good time to go on to the next topic, which I
Can we
shall
have-
pick.
Sorry, can I have a final comment on this whole Nintendo Switch thing?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make it
Cool.
quick. Wrap
Just
it over.
Make
Right,
it quick.
Final comment quickly. I think that because Nintendo's kind of hurting right now, they need to like kind of emulate what PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are doing because apparently it's working. And I think that because they're so into like the social networking and like lots of Twitch support and they have all these ways to tell your friends that you're playing these games, and that's like what this generation of gaming is all about. Like Xbox Live, that's why Xbox was on the map, was because you had like the video chatting and you had like a really good system.
But yeah,
Nintendo's
but you
missing
know
the mark.
what? I was thinking about this the other day, and it always comes up with the question like, okay, and they always talk about Microsoft, Nintendo, and Xbox, right? Sony, sorry. And it's like, but it's Nintendo really trying to compete with Microsoft and PlayStation? And after this year's E3, I kind of got the feeling that Sony is kind of like stopping to compete with these guys as well, and they're trying to start to compete with Valve and Steam. With the whole PlayStation subscription and the fact that you can now play, you're in the future going to be able to play all your games on the Vita, on the PS3, on the PS4, on a PlayStation TV. It's like kind of like the same features as Steam is kind of like bringing to the market right now. And I feel like
You still have the local recording though.
Current average is... Okay. There, it has reconnected and should start pumping it out in a moment. And I have it set to go out at 3,000 kilobits a second, and apparently Twitch is only receiving 1,000 of it.
Then stream at 1,000.
Well, that's the thing,
Yeah. Hey, I don't know. I'm not an expert.
It itself is receiving it, like, going from somewhere between... I see it hitting 0 and I see it hitting 4,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
its
Exactly.
throughput is all shot to hell right now.
Hey, well,
Goodness.
at least the audio's okay, and that's what a podcast really is.
Yeah, Dave is curious about what happened to the podcast in the end. We're doing it right now. I assume the audio is good. I got a loading thing on the sample. Well, that's the thing,
So,
yeah, the
Sanctus,
audio is going through just fine.
So just to wrap it up, my whole point was I feel like we're reaching a point in the video game industry where the big three companies, and I'm talking Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, are actually, the three of them are actually targeting three different markets. And it's getting really interesting. Instead of all of them fighting for the same market, I feel like that died a long time ago.
Well, I'm part of the market that Nintendo's not fighting for, and I don't think they're...
Exactly. You're not part of Nintendo's demographic. I'm not.
Not
no
at
one
all.
here is
We're
part of Nintendo's demographic.
And they just
They see us
iced
as an
us.
external market.
Yeah, they see us like as an extra profit on the side, but they
I would like to
their
stream
Wii
Wii U.
market, that's what they want.
I would like to stream Wii U, is all I was saying. That would be cool.
I would
That
love
would be
to.
fun.
I would love it
I
as
would
well.
love to stream it too.
Like, Wii U's just like, alright, everybody that wants to stream us, screw you guys.
Yeah.
Alright, see you later. we're good.
Anyways, next topic. Before we
Anyway.
drag
Okay.
out this to hell.
This will probably be a short topic, but it's a one I couldn't resist putting up there. The screw up by the Los Angeles Times.
That was so funny.
It's a short topic. I was like, he's going to mention the white PlayStation 4, isn't he?
Yep. I
That's-
just put the picture on the screen for people
that
to
is
see.
great.
I'll make it real big so no one can miss it.
Oh,
It reminded me of my grandmother or something like that when I used to write her my Christmas lists. She would go overseas and buy me stuff. She would go to the United States, so we just write her oh, I want this game, I want this game, I want the new Nintendo. I have to write all the Nintendo GameCube with one controller for the Nintendo GameCube. All the instructions really detailed, so she would just tell the guy at the store and he would know.
I feel like it's the LA Times. They ran it by their editors. Did seriously none of them catch Nintendo's PlayStation 4?
Yes. It's
None.
you
No,
can
and
the
tell
guy-
it's,
and the
it's got to
guy-
be old people.
And the guy is playing a Wii U on the picture.
Yes.
How did they write an article about this? Who wrote
It's just that's particularly mind-boggling to me because even if there are absolutely no gamers, people who are in senior editor's position have to have children. Did they not
Yeah.
pay attention to what they're buying their kids?
And you know what's the funny thing? That even if they had gotten it right, the weird thing is okay, so the biggest news for you from E3 was the white PlayStation. That was not even the huge.
okay,
It wasn't even close to be the hugest.
I'm reading this thing, and the caption for the picture says Kyle Dodson plays Nintendo Splatoon, but when it says under white PlayStation, it says convention goers have taken their first look at Nintendo's Glacier White PlayStation 4. The white console's being bundled with the game Destiny, a new title from Bungie Incorporated, developer of Halo.
Bungie's not making. No, man, Bungie's making it?
Bungie is making the game for
Oh, I
multiple
thought it was
platforms.
people from Bungie, but not Bungie.
No, but
It is Bungie.
Oh man, the amount of fail just compounds itself. As you-
Bungie
no, for
only
me,
has
even-
an
for me-
exclusivity contract for Halo.
For me, the funniest thing was still that the guys were yeah, biggest news of E3, white PlayStation.
it's the big title.
It's the big news. It's whoa,
It's the
white PlayStation.
racist PlayStation, I tell you.
It's what about the games?
My kids,
You
they
don't
told me about that
understand,
fancy new
Mark.
GameCube.
Oh my! Even if the guy
Don't
was
understand.
even if the guy,
Accessorizing is key.
oh my god! Even if the guy was a Sony fanboy, he could have been like, "Oh wow, Uncharted 4," but no, he's like, "Oh my god, the white PlayStation." It's like, okay, dude, whatever.
I love how they're saying it's like you're saying the biggest news of E3 is that they changed the PlayStation 4's color, but it's like it debuts during E3. Like
It's like,
it makes
who
a
cares?
grand entrance.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
literally
like-
the same specs.
Oh man. Oh man. Anyway,
Yeah, for me that's the funniest thing.
that is by far the funniest.
It
Anyway,
makes you
Dirt.
wonder how old are the chief editors at the Los Angeles Times and how old are the actual writers? It's like,
is great.
I hear them kids like in video games.
Someone had
Do
to
they
actually
still
write that.
use the GameCube?
Someone had to sit. Someone had to sit down and just like, I'm interested in E3. I'm gonna write an article about E3. How about Nintendo's white PlayStation 4? That was a hit topic.
No, I bet that the
Jesus.
guy who was like, "Oh shit, like I have to hand in this tomorrow," and he just went on Twitch and said, "White PlayStation." Okay, that's it. They announced the white PlayStation.
No, they got to look through their like entire writings team and just like, all right, which one of you knows the most about video games that can write an article? And the guy raised his hand. I do. All right, cool. You're in. Like that was the guy that had to raise.
Then the
his
guy
hand.
said, "Well," the guy raises his hand. He's like, "I play Flappy Bird."
No, guys, I'm better than him. I play Flappy MMO.
Flappy MMO was great though.
Is that a
Flappy
thing?
MMO. Yes.
It's like
Don't believe me. Go look it up. Flappy MMO.
No, I will. Have you seen the Reddit parody? It's hilarious.
Oh gosh.
Every time you tap, the Google goes, "My lady, my lady, my lady."
What was it, Game of Thrones?
Huh?
What was it, Game of Thrones?
No, from Reddit, from like the guys with the fedora. It's like a guy with a fedora, and every time you tap it, he goes like, my lady," and the pipes are like cans of Mountain Dew.
I'm sold.
All right.
So-
So anyway, next article. Jared, you want to pick one or?
Sure. All right, why don't we go right to Grand Theft Auto 5?
Ooh,
Cool.
that's a
There
good
we
one
go.
to go to.
There we go.
I think it's cool. It's out, and I expect to see a lot of crazy mods on the PC version. That's it. That's my input.
Do you think it's going to be like Skyrim? Like the open world games are always the best when it comes to like mods and
Hopefully,
stuff.
hopefully.
they're
It's,
gonna
wanna
I
mod the
think
hell
it's
out
going to
of it.
be like Skyrim. I think GTA 5 is the type of game that would get the modders like to mess with it.
that
It's
game
so
is gonna
great.
get modded to hell. Like
I know
I-
what one of the very first mods that's going to be recreated on GTA 5.
Oh yeah.
You probably
Oh,
guessed
yeah.
it.
I
I'm going to
guessed
say it anyways. Carmageddon.
also the piano car, so you can play 1,000 miles.
Or you
What?
become zoo animals. You got a
Oh.
horse driving a motorcycle while cars are flying through the air, exploding on things.
It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be the
Oh,
best.
it's
The
gonna be
possibilities
beautiful.
for GTA mods are actually endless.
Yeah, drop
Not
that
even
buzzword.
figurative.
Drop those buzzwords.
It's not even figurative. That literally could do anything. Like they could make a map
Oh man.
or something of anything. They could make any vehicle. Like, oh man, it's exciting.
Oh goodness me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be too
Yeah.
much.
I think we all like agree on that one.
Yeah, I think
It's really
I think they
straightforward.
took their sweet damn time on it.
But at least we have it. Better late than never. So
Well, the funny thing is, within the first month of the console versions of GTA 5 coming out, there was already a leaked configuration file for the PC version.
well, because the game was ready by then, but I think it wasn't like they had to release it by then because it was a perfect time. There was literally no competition at the time. What other game came out during that, like those 3 months? Like Rayman Legends. That's it.
Maybe
No
Super
one
Mario 3D World.
remembers
but
the
past that.
Rayman Legends.
Literally, that was the only game that came out.
I'd say
during
like Mario
September that
3D
year.
World. Oh no, September. Never mind then. Mario 3D World's like holiday.
Yeah, that was
What
the
am I
only
thinking
game. Oh well, and Wind Waker HD, I think, but that's a remake. That
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
really
yeah.
count.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't count.
Well, the thing was, I have recordings on my channel of Wind Waker on Dolphin. I just jacked up the resolution by 2 times on both sides, so it was 4 times resolution. It was HD.
Oh wait, GTA 5. The only competition they had was Pokemon, but different markets, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah, totally different
Yeah.
markets.
Different markets entirely.
Do you think Nintendo will ever port their games to PC so people could mod them?
No.
I don't think they'd ever.
No.
They
Not
would
gonna
never,
happen.
No,
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna
Never
happen.
in a
We
million
want it
years.
to happen. They're gonna stick to their guns.
Dude,
Because
Nintendo like keeps those IPs like they're gold. That's what they have. Their IPs. It's like they're so valuable. That's like half of the company's worth, just their IPs.
you know what's gonna happen
know. I
before
think it would
Nintendo
be
ports
fun.
their games? They'll steal the copyrights for lightsabers and then jab it into their own neck.
Yeah, and then pigs start flying everywhere.
This kind of hurts.
They'll do an official Pokemon MMO before doing that.
Yes,
Yes.
that needs to happen. That needs to happen. Like, I saw a great Reddit picture on r/gaming that is just like #1 way to put PS4 and Xbox One out of business, and it's just like Pokemon Universe. You can go through all the regions and beat all the gym leaders. That's just boom done. Take my
I'm
money.
done.
Shut up.
I'm done.
Just take it. Stop. Take
No,
it.
better
Take my
yet,
house. I don't
take
even-
my Pokemon cards. Take it. Just take it. I'm done. I can't handle it anymore. Take my Pokemon cards.
Just take my Pokemons.
I can't handle that many Pokemons. And instead of making new games, you release expansions that add on to that game. And you can charge the price of a full game because it's effectively adding another full game of content.
I see. So just that would be the one Pokemon. It'd be like the granddaddy.
Why the hell is...
I see in
Good
the
to
side of
go?
this article for Kotaku, Miyamoto tries Oculus Rift. Oh, the possibilities.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, the possibilities indeed. If anyone could do something really crazy with the Oculus Rift, I think it would be him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
like so like.
But
it's
Nintendo would
always
never
like,
do it because they don't want
Hey,
to
you
part.
never know. They fucking made a fucking console with an iPad. Like, okay, whatever. They could do whatever they
Yeah,
want.
but it's not like they just made it able to hook up to some other brand's thing. There's no way they're ever gonna partner with another company for their hardware.
Maybe they could do it themselves.
You know
I
what
think
would...
there's probably tons of copyright around that.
No, a few patents, but if PlayStation is doing it,
If PlayStation does PlayStation Move after the Wii mode, I'm sure.
no. Like PlayStation
I-
is actually having like Project Morpheus. Like they're doing their own 3D thing as well. So
Yeah.
the patents.
I
like,
think what
must
they're
be-
doing to cut down on the costs but keep the fidelity high is they're doing a combination of accelerometers in the headpiece, but not like overly expensive ones, combined with the tracking of the camera.
cool.
And those two in tandem would provide a higher fidelity
To
motion
be
track.
fair, I've never ever have tried either the Oculus or the Morpheus, so I have like no
Neither
idea.
have I, no.
Me neither.
Yeah,
But
neither
from
have I.
what I've seen, though, Oculus actually motion tracks properly. Like, it
I
actually
have no
has
idea.
a low latency on its
I
tracking.
actually think that in this case, that it's like one of those things that you have to experience it to like have a real grasp. Like
The
you can
thing
watch
is-
as many YouTube videos as you want, but like you're never actually gonna like experience it that way.
I contemplated getting a Oculus Rift development kit, and then Facebook bought them.
I love that.
Are we gonna go
Facebook.
down that tangent?
We can. We're not limited. We can.
I don't know. I just want to talk about Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say, can we?
gosh.
Oh my
We
god,
can
dude!
talk
Yes.
Triple.
And I
Triple.
just
I was literally gonna say, since we're talking about Nintendo, can we like segue into Hyrule Warriors?
can I just like
You and I are
gosh.
like,
seriously, it's scaring me right now. But
it's
on
kinda
like
weird.
just my take on Hyrule Warriors is at first I was like, that's a weird idea. It'll be like maybe Pokemon Conquest. It'll be like probably an okay game in its own right, but it wouldn't make up for like not having an actual Pokemon game. But this actually looks like it's gonna be so much fun.
Yep.
And will like
Yes, that is.
I agree.
The only
I
thing to
actually
do in
thought-
response is to put up a picture from Zelda Wii U, the other game.
Oh my god! I was actually like, my reaction was,
Don't care.
after watching this year's trailer, I was actually surprised that they showed it last year because they look like completely different games. If you watch the trailer from last year's and this year's, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
last year's looks like shit. That looks like a tech demo. Not even. That looks
Yeah,
like
that was
That-
more
yeah,
of a
it
proof
looks
of
like
Unity and
concept
started
build.
like it
This is
looked
looking so nice.
terrible. Now like all the textures are so nice. There's sprites everywhere. Textures. The frame rate is better. The colors are better. Like the whole thing. Like now it looks like a real game.
So
And I'm
far in
actually
the
kind of
game,
excited.
So far in the game, I know of 4 different confirmed characters, 2 which have already been
Right.
playable. We've got Link and Zelda, of course. They've been playable.
Yeah,
There's-
and then
There's Midna, from
right,
Twilight Princess
Right.
coming in, and they've showed actual gameplay of that, so that
Yep.
concept's already been
Right.
proven. And then the other one I've heard of is Impa.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're bringing back
So
Impa.
it's Link, Zelda, Impa, and Midna.
They say
And it's
like
weird
you know,
because Midna, it's writing Wolf Link, so there's like 2 Links.
But the thing is, if it's following the Dynasty Warriors model, there's gonna be dozens upon
exactly.
dozens of characters,
That's what I was gonna say.
each with their own move set
That would be
and
sick.
possibly their own story.
Can we have Wind Waker Ganon, please? Oh my god, he's the coolest Ganon. He has 2 swords. 2
Two
swords.
swords.
Why is he not in
Marco
Smash
Martin's
Bros?
getting-
Two swords
You know
confirmed.
what?
I'll
I
have
would
you know,
actually
Ocarina-
love that.
Ocarina
Why
of
is he
Time
not in
Ganon
Smash
has 2
Bros?
swords.
Wind Waker Ganon should have been in Smash Bros.
Oh,
2
gosh.
swords. Think of the
Hey,
possibility.
Ocarina of Time Ganon had 2 swords.
Well, the
Saying.
thing is the Ganon they had in the games on Melee, his ending screen, he was actually holding a badass sword.
But he doesn't
during-
use it in the game.
Exactly. It was I think I watched it on Did You Know Gaming, and they talked about that the sword was originally intended to be part of the character and part of his combat scheme. But I think they said it was time constraints, and then they had to reuse a bunch of stuff from Captain Falcon.
But
just
they
at
did the
last
same on
minute.
Brawl.
Well, yeah, they were trying to do continuity at that point.
Right.
Because
Oh.
people had already established that, Ganon works this way, so our focus
I
is
just
use him
think-
like this.
I just think Ganon is a shitty character in Smash Bros. He is.
I wholeheartedly agree.
He's a
I
shitty
don't
character.
think anyone's going to disagree with that.
Yeah, they had fully
Wait,
intended
hold
to have
on.
that
I
song
actually like characters that are super slow and
It's fun with Ganon on slow-mo mode. I am guilty of that.
and have
Because I
no
go up to people
priority.
and you do like the hug, the B up that is the hug thing, and then you explode, and you do it on super sudden death on slow mo, and you just go up to people and you're like so slow, and then you do the hug thing, and it lasts forever because it's super slow mo. They just fly off the screen. Like, yeah, I just killed you on super slow mo with the sword.
Oh my god.
So
And then in stark contrast, my favorite character is Sheik, one of the fastest.
So, imagine Sheik should be playable on Hyrule Warriors. I'm pretty
she's
sure he
gonna
would.
be-
Oh
No
yes,
problem.
we gotta
Oh,
have Sheik.
yes.
no problem.
Imagine
Okay,
if
yeah.
they did a Sheik storyline on there, and it
What?
did possibly some backstory on Ocarina of Time. They
Is that-
don't talk about the time jump.
Hold
They
on,
don't
was
talk
it?
about what happens then.
No way they'd let them just like
Hold on.
write canon to the Zelda franchise.
I have a question for you guys that have played Dynasty Warriors, which I haven't. These are the same games that back when they announced the PlayStation 3 on the E3, that's the famous quote, like, you are gonna play through, like, real Japanese historical scenes. And then they could, like, no, we're playing
That
a
was the
giant
Samurai
crab.
Warriors.
Oh, okay.
No,
That was so funny.
there's actually
That was so-
3 different variants of Warriors. There's Dynasty Warriors, which takes place in China during the Three Kingdoms era, like the whole Romance of the Three Kingdoms novels. And then there's Samurai Warriors, which details Japanese history. And no, both of these games, you don't actually have to follow history. You can see hypothetical alternate timelines by doing different choices and playing as different characters.
Dude, Sanctus, you know so much about everything.
Then there's a third series called Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
And do you
And-
have
No,
Gundams?
giant.
Yes,
X-
there
Which
were
involved-
Gundams, and you fought as Gundams. It was basically Dynasty Warriors in
On the
space.
topic.
Talking-
on the topic
talking
of
about
giant
Gundams.
mechs,
Talking about Gundams.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
I was gonna say Xenoblade X.
Dude,
looks
Martin,
sick.
please. Just
Get
stop
out of my
reading
head,
mind.
Get out of
Stop.
my head.
Stop it. It's scaring me, dude. You knew I was going to throw that punch because you're reading my mind.
There is another
Accurate.
series, though. There's more. There's
Oh my
a
God.
fourth game line, actually. It's also a series that combine.
It's not
Okay,
you,
the
dude.
connection is restored. The connection is restored. We're good.
Guys,
Okay.
just comment on
good.
the fact that Martin and I literally went off on the exact same tangent at the exact same time. That's the scariest one yet.
Dude,
Unrelated
it's-
game. None of
it's
the
too
articles
weird.
are about Xenoblade Chronicles X.
it's too
none of
weird.
them.
It's too weird.
I need to try these Xenoblade games then.
Okay,
It's too
Xenoblade is
weird. You're freaking me out.
fantastic.
Okay,
so
back before the Twitch decided with its E3 traffic shit
Keep
to
going.
cut me off. There's a game that combines Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors into a hypothetical timeline where some mastermind god thing has
Hey.
pulled their timelines together as some weird shit, and you've got all the characters from Dynasty Warriors plus all the characters from Samurai Warriors in that timeline with mythical creatures and shit, and there's 2 games for that.
Okay, so you're telling me that Dynasty
Okay,
that,
wait.
like the Warriors.
You're
So you're
telling
telling me
me-
that so you're telling me that the Warriors franchise has multiple timelines that spread like depending on like different outcomes and everything. I think they'll go fine just with the Zelda, with the Zelda, like the Zelda.
Yes, they have plenty of games under their belt.
Yeah, they were made to be.
There is a
together.
fun fact I need to mention, though. This is applied to all of the Warriors games so far. Each sequel is not a sequel. It's a remake. And there's there's like what, 7 or 8 Dynasty Warriors?
Oh, they're just remaking the
Every
same game.
time is a remake and expansion.
Oh, that's cool. Actually, that's kind of cool.
They're basically redoing the formula each time.
It's kind of cool. I can get down with that.
It is pretty crazy. Once I get my i5 in, I actually do plan to. Well, after I do Shadow of the Colossus, I'm going to do Dynasty Warriors on there. And that'd
Like,
be a good
what's-
chance to show you.
Like that's cool because what's the difference between that and getting a game that gets expansions every so often, like WoW or stuff like that?
What the main things
I
they
was-
do is they expand the existing storylines and then they add parallel ones. And then there's even more fantasy. Excuse me. There's even more fantasy-oriented ones added in parallel. And then you have even more side characters to the point where there's some characters in there that didn't actually exist in history. Like on Samurai Warriors, you can play as Hanzo fucking Hattori.
Who the
Oh
hell
my
is
god,
that?
guys! Speaking of like weird characters in video games, do you hear about this 3DS game called Project Steam, where you can play as Abraham Lincoln?
You hear about Smash
What?
Bros? You hear about Smash Bros? Ice-T pours it
Yeah.
on?
Ice-T
Hell
and
yeah.
Elijah Wood.
Dude,
Oh god.
the possibilities with the Mii Fighter. It dawned on me like 2 days ago. I'm just like, I can have whoever I want.
Yeah,
as a
it was great.
character.
It was great.
Obama.
I
This is
think it
going
was
to
a
be
nice addition.
fantastic.
We gotta have Obama with a sword. I'm
Obama
going
is a
to
goner.
go
We all
forth
know it.
and fight for justice for my country.
I think that you're gonna get a sword to the face.
I
right now-
like
Obama
your
gets
ideas
sworn in.
as my opponent, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to wreck you, son.
The teching skills of this opponent is fantastic. Shame I have to beat that ass.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
This is... Oh man, I'm so hyped for Smash Bros. It's not even funny.
These
They
kinds of
can't-
tangents. This is why I do the podcast.
Dude, can I say 2 words?
No.
Pac-Man. There, I said it.
Pac-Man!
Pac-Man, yeah.
Pac-Man! You don't know how long I've called that for. You don't know how...
Like Namco
how
was
long.
making
I
the
called
game. We
Mega
all
Man, I
knew.
called Little Mac,
We all
and
knew.
now I called Pac-Man. I'm 3.
The only one I really like called was Little Mac. I thought
Yeah.
this game
Little
is
Mac
the one
was a
for Little
shoo-in. All of my friends before E3, they can attest that I was just like, Mega Man is in this game. There is no doubt. And
Well,
I mean, admittedly, that's not a tough one to call, but like, just damn.
But you know what? I'm actually like, this is the only Smash Bros. Where so far, I wish there's some characters that they would add. Like, there's some characters that I wish they would add, but there's not a single character that's in, and I'm like, that shouldn't be there.
Ice climbers.
Ice
Oh,
Climbers,
actually,
are they
Ice
in?
climbers
Those are
are
cool.
too. They're kind
They're
of
not
too
in.
established to remove.
Well, the bad thing is when your partner gets knocked off and then you're just single ice climber.
Dude, you haven't
Half
seen
your bodies
professional.
don't work.
Dude, you haven't seen professional like gaming, like
No,
for real.
No, I haven't.
They
With,
wreck shit with Ice Climbers.
with
dude.
ice climbers. Those grab chains, dude.
Solo Popo, though, I learned
Solo
from my
Popo.
friend, is Sopo, right? And so,
YOLO Sopo.
right. See, Martin knows what I'm talking about. But I was like over at my friend's house and we were playing Smash Bros. Literally the entire time, and we were on random characters. And whenever I was Ice Climbers, it would always come down. I think every single one of my stocks, I had Sopo, and I just lasted that out, and it was great because I just kept yelling, "Sopo just KO'd you!" What?
And they're probably after you doing that for 5-10 minutes. Just shut up.
No, they
You're
were like, they
You're like,
just started
hashtag
laughing.
YOLO Sopo. Tweet that shit.
No, hashtag
damn
YOLO
it.
Sopo 420 Blazes.
But yeah, coming back to my point, this is the only one time when I see the whole like character like roster and I'm like, there's not a single person there or character that I'm like, that shouldn't be there. Like I'm actually confident. There's characters that I wish they would add, but there's not a single character that I'm like,
What
oh, I don't like
characters
that.
do you wish they would add? Because I feel like their roster right now has pretty much covered all of my best picks.
Okay, mostly they're obscure and some people wouldn't like
What'd you say?
them. They're mostly obscure and some people wouldn't like them. I would love to see there's three characters that I think they would use, and I would love to see Neku from The World Ends With You.
I can see
I
that,
would-
actually.
I
It's not that
would
obscure.
love to see that. Yes.
I would love to see Chrome.
I was good. Damn it, Martin.
I would love to see
Serious?
Chrome. That would
Damn
be
it,
awesome.
Martin.
Hey,
Martin,
I'm talking
stop it.
about the web browser. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, how about Chrome from Xenoblade? I just stop it.
And
This
I
is
would-
bad. This is a problem.
and
It's bad, man. This is really bad.
And this one is weird because it's supposedly a leak, but I think it would be the best like wacky character that they could add, like what the fuck character, the Chorus voice from Read in Heaven.
Wait, what?
There's a leak that supposedly the chorus voice from Read in Heaven are gonna be in the game.
Oh my
Have you ever
God.
played Read in Heaven?
I have seen gameplay of Rhythm Heaven Fever, and I know exactly what lake you're talking about. That would
Can we
be
let-
ridiculous.
Let me link you an image.
That would be ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, I
Okay,
have to
I think
see
that
this.
Yarn Kirby could have been fantastic.
Who?
Yarn Kirby, like
Oh,
from
that would
Kirby's
no
Yarn.
Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then, okay, god damn it,
Dude. That would be sweet with all the hammer stuff.
god damn it,
Oh god.
Mark. I was saying my only picks would be Crom, Yarn Kirby, or Paper Mario.
Dude, get out of my head, dude.
Dude, get out right now.
And you
Okay,
know what they would
bad.
do, Trip? Just to mess with you, is instead of Paper Mario, they'd just throw you Vivian.
Dude, check out that image.
Or
Those are the
stroking like a
chorus voice.
Singer Star or something.
Those are the chorus voice. Chorus
gosh.
voice.
I know what the chorus pros are anyway. How about Palutena?
Oh, she's already in. She's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
There is the whole thing with those little statue things, whether there's amiibos or something.
Yeah.
How many characters aren't on the roster that are going to be available through those statues?
No idea. I think that
No
it's kind of
idea.
cool, but because in the let's say worst case scenario, the whole amiibo thing sucks. You still get some badass figurines. So
Yeah, and you pay out your ass for them too.
Yes.
we don't know the price yet. So.
Let's see. Are we reconnecting? Is it working? Are you gonna stay stable? Okay, it's back to flashing red and green. we're We're
So
fine. It's only
Doing red
Twitch
light, green light here.
taking raging Hershey squirts dumps on our heads.
Ah!
Just
is
to
a
give you the
beautiful
mental
Ah!
image.
Ah! It burns.
Oh my god.
Mission
I
accomplished.
totally forgot what I was saying. Is that,
You
We were talking
talking
about
about
the
figurines.
amiibos.
Oh, thank you. You know, like my
Hershey's.
9-year-old brother is like obsessed with Skylanders for a really long time, and it's a fantastic game, actually. But the figurines are so expensive, and that's their perfect market. That's what Nintendo's. That's
Aiming for, yeah.
that's that's the people like they sell their stuff to. So by doing the figurines, they know exactly who's buying Nintendo stuff, and they're
Skylanders
like,
did the best on the Wii. It's like a fact.
Skylanders, yeah.
That's the
so much money.
That's the
Oh,
system
yeah.
where they sold the most. So
Oh yeah, they basically have the technology perfected by then because they had that. That was essentially a test bed.
They had the technology.
They already had it.
we have the technology.
We have the technology.
We can rebuild him.
It's like, and then they're like, please understand.
We
I saw this super funny picture of on Reddit. It was like before E3. It's like, here's my prediction for E3, and it was Iwata with like Pokemon Soul Silver and Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But it was like Pokemon Please and Pokemon Understand.
Wait, what?
Instead of the games being Omega Sapphire, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire, they were Pokemon Please and Pokemon Understand. And like the games are gonna get delayed.
Please understand.
Please understand. Because every time there's a delay, he goes like, please understand.
Okay,
Please understand. We hope you
can I just
understand.
say
We
how-
don't actually have a reason for you. Please just take our word on it.
Please
love
don't
how
go.
Nintendo
Please don't go
makes fun of
message
themselves.
boards.
I love how Nintendo makes fun of themselves. They're great with that. They are
True.
absolutely great.
That
Reggie
whole Smash
Bot.
Bros. Intro
Yes.
with Reggie and Iwata was it?
Yes.
That was so great.
Okay, the fact that Reggie embraces the whole "my body is ready" thing, and the fact that they're embracing like the more recent like the Luigi death stare thing. And okay, during the E3 presentation, the cutaways, there's like the fans going,
The Robot
"Where's the
Chicken.
Star Fox game?"
Robot Chicken. I
Yeah,
love that.
dude.
My favorite was like, oh, they just gave us Mother 3. It's like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I can't believe they
my
brought that
God.
up.
I just
Dude, okay.
remembered something and it hurts.
Has anybody seen the Tomodachi Life Nintendo Direct?
Yes, it's so good. It made me want to buy the
All
game.
hail the Virtual Boy.
I'm about
Oh.
to kill your guys' mood with this. You guys made me remember of the Conker cameo in Spark.
Oh, have you seen the
It
John
wasn't
Trump parody of
actually a
that?
Conker game.
Have you seen the John Trump parody of that?
Yes.
It's so
Oh
good.
yes.
Aldeanic,
Also,
like,
Martin, your
Aldeanic goes
camera
like,
has froze.
oh, shit.
Oh, it just unfroze. It just unfroze. Don't click it.
It's-
Okay.
It goes, Microsoft, actually, fuck you.
Yes. Finally, someone understands.
It's funny because they basically were like, oh, you love this character? Well, just go fucking make the game for yourself if you want it so badly. It's like, oh.
Oh gosh, that reminds me of an article I almost had as a topic, but I didn't really see it having much discussion potential, but now I actually have some context. There's someone recreating Diablo 2 in the StarCraft 2 engine.
What?
I haven't played any of those games, so I don't know.
I mean, I haven't
They've
played
already
either.
got the Hidden Camp remade.
That seems really interesting, at least.
But can I say something?
That sounds
Can
like
I
a
say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something?
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Going back to Conquer, I think I kind of understand why the Conquer franchise is dead. Because it wouldn't be funny anymore. I think it wouldn't be funny anymore. It's if they release it all in random and whatever, but nowadays I kind of like if you really go back to it and like compare it to what's out there right now, it's like
Like
that's
when
what
you're in
everyone's
GTA,
doing.
like if you're in GTA 5 and you just see like random guy walking past, you're just like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like that's like
Yeah.
that's like shitty humor for today's standards. Like today's like humor is like Stanley Parable, Octodad, and really funny games like that actually are funny because they are funny, not because of the cursing or whatever.
You found a giant button that just goes 8. You keep
Eight.
pushing it.
Hey, dude, Stanley
8.
Parable, I've never laughed so hard with any game.
8.
So yeah, but so if you bring
8.
it bring like the quality of humor from Conquer and compare it to the Stanley Parable, to Octodad, to stuff like that, it's like it's not gonna be funny anymore. There's a higher standard for comedy games. I don't know. That's how I feel.
I think it's not necessarily a higher standard, but like the kind of humor that was in there is no longer edgy when it was the edginess that gave it.
Exactly.
The humor.
Now it's just gonna be lame. It's like, oh, it sounds like PewDiePie. It's like,
How's it going, bros?
That's pretty good.
do you agree, or am I a butthole?
I don't
Yeah,
necessarily
you're a
agree or
butthole.
disagree, but I do want to call you a butthole regardless.
Yeah, I'm on the same wave. Like, you're a butthole.
I don't care about your ideas, you're a butthole.
I just want my Conquer game, dude.
We don't care about your opinion. This is the internet.
Oh, that's just
Our
my little
opinion is
2
right.
cents.
Oh, man.
Stanley
2 cents.
Parable was just way too funny. Have you played it?
Never played it.
The very least, Trip. Go on to
Yes.
Steam and download the demo for it, because the demo is literally a separate game. It's shorter,
Yeah, the demo is like
but
a DLC.
it's
It's like
literally
a separate
game.
episode.
That's cool.
It's literally a separate game.
I'll
It's
have to look-
shorter, but...
Right.
Yeah,
And
it's
there's an
like a
Easter egg in it.
like a
There is an
DLC.
Easter egg. There's an Easter egg somewhere in there, and it's amazing.
I love it how like, oh God, I don't know if I should spoil this.
Don't spoil it.
Don't.
Don't
Okay,
spoil
I'm
it.
gonna
It's
hide
so
it as
good.
much as I can, because you probably know Sanctus.
Oh.
You know Sanctus?
I
Like
can-
one of the first rooms, you can kind of like break the game, and then the guy goes like, "Oh, are you trying to break the game?" He's like, "You thought that this was something that the developers left, and they didn't notice,
Nope.
but you're wrong."
Oh, gosh. You know the premise of Stanley Parable, right, Trip?
I have no idea.
Okay. What the premise is you start the game as a guy, and you have a narrator. The
Hey, what?
narrator tells you
Oh.
what's going to happen next before it actually happens.
It's like
Now,
Arrested
here's where it gets
Development, the game.
different.
What? Okay,
You
go.
are choosing whether to follow his words or do something completely different.
And you actually have a
That's-
dialogue with the narrator.
Crazy.
So, for example, if there's a part like the whole thing happens, like the whole game
What?
happens, like at a part you're gonna reach a room and the guy goes, two doors open, and the guy goes, the narrator goes, and then Stanley took the door on the right. And then depending on what you do there's like 100 different endings, because you can go left and then he gets angry at you, then you can come back and actually go right, and like it just like then everything after that just like that diversifies into like a million different endings. There's a Minecraft ending, which is hilarious.
There's even an ending where you don't move at all.
Yeah.
You just
There's
sit there. You don't even touch the controls. And the guy will still comment on, like, but he's not actually moving
And then
and
and the
stuff.
narrator is like, Stanley? Are you still there, Stanley? Oh my god, what happened?
And
I love
he'll
the
just
one-
end the game. He just ends
love-
the game.
I love the one where he like brings up the the leaderboards and he's like, this is what gamers want nowadays, right? A leaderboard with all the scores from the Stanley Parable. He goes like, it looks like you're placed on place 10,000 something. He's like, you're really bad at this game.
That's awesome.
Oh gosh. You
That
really
sounds
do
so
need
cool.
to play the demo at the very least. It's making a new video file each time it reconnects. Yeah. I definitely have editing to do after this to put it all together. Although it's going to be basic editing, I'm just going to put file here. Render it, upload it, we're done.
So speaking of Steam, I think we can transition to the next article anyway. The Steam
Some
Summer
Steam
Sale.
shit.
Yes!
The
We're
Steam
on
Summer
Steam.
Sale being
Yeah.
leaked. My friend actually told me about this. Like we have this big group chat of all the people that I know from school and whatnot, and he's just like, the Steam Summer Sale stuff was leaked, and I was just like, oh, that's cool, because I don't even like use Steam, so that's the problem. Like the whole Steam Summer Sale, that's like when I can actually get into Steam. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be.
My predictions are Skyrim, really cheap. All Assassin's Creeds up to 4 are gonna go for super cheap. Most of the Call of Duties are gonna go for cheap. A lot of indie games are gonna be really cheap. Well,
If I
that's
can get
obviously
Black Ops 2 for less than 50%, I might get it.
most
'Cause
likely you'll get it.
The
You'll not.
Treyarch ones are half decent because they actually listen to the PC demographic.
And a lot of Ubisoft
Infinity
deals.
Ward, I boycott them.
I'm expecting a huge amount of Ubisoft deals. Ubisoft is gonna go crazy because they just got a lot of money from Watch Dogs. So
And they just like a few months back, Ubisoft changed Ghost Recon Online to be a live game instead of beta, and they renamed it to Ghost Recon Phantoms. Gave it like a little graphical overhaul. And
there's
all
gonna
that.
be a lot of Ubisoft deals. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
The
yeah.
only
Yeah.
game I've ever played on Steam is Civilization 5.
Oh, dude, I love Civ 5. Can we play? Can we stream it?
We
I
can
have
do
no
that
one to play. I have no one to play Civ 5 with.
if you want to get wrecked. Oh,
Ooh.
no, I
Well,
just,
Shots fired
no,
already.
I kid though. I kid though.
You will.
Are you
I'm
sure
really
you
bad.
kid?
I'm totally a newbie. I'm totally
I'm
a newbie.
sure you want to win. I don't think you're actually kidding.
No, I actually just play Civ to have fun. I don't.
Me too. I just play it with
Not
like,
even close.
oh,
Don't you
I'm
have
like-
fun
I'm like-
by winning?
I'm like, oh, I have 7 hours to kill. I might play one round of Civ.
Yeah, exactly. How long do you think it would take me to get to 1000 BC from 4000 BC? 12 hours.
3
Okay.
days.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my god.
Guys,
Wow, this is not
3
good.
days? Oh, that's fine. I'll just grab a sandwich.
Guys, you have 96 hours to kill? Yeah, sure. Yeah, you
No,
want to
no,
do
no.
a game on Marathon? Yeah, okay.
In Jerkro's case, he has to get a second sandwich.
God.
Yes.
What Jericho is doing right now, it's called a one round of Civ 5.
To
Pretty
translate,
much.
Jerk, as we're recording this right now, Jerkro, another streamer, you should go check him out. I'll probably put his link in the description.
Jeffro, to quote lore.
Put it there.
Jerkro. Go to that Twitch channel. I'm not putting a link now because I just spelled it out. But go to that channel. He is doing a 12-hour stream as we're recording this. Although if you're watching this on the YouTube replay, it will be already too late. You're out of luck.
His 12-hour stream, I think, ends in a half hour.
Dude,
Maybe.
we should wrap it up before that. I do want to see the ending of that.
Yeah.
Well, then we need to
Yeah,
start
so
going through our
let's
topics
move it on
then.
then.
Let's do a really
I
quick
don't.
round.
I really don't have any input on the Fable stuff because I've never played any Fable.
Me neither. I've never played Fable, so
Yeah, we can just exclude the Fable topic if you guys want.
I guess we
Um,
can. I mean, I could say a short thing on because I played Fable 2.
Go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I did. And in the article there, it talks about how limited the alignment system is, and that was actually something I had noticed in Fable 2, and apparently it's going to be the same in Fable 3, that a lot of the options...
Fable
Well,
3's
first of all-
already out.
Sorry, I meant...
Legends.
Shut up. It's late, okay?
It's like,
Legends.
Shut-
Legends, not 3. I was thinking of something... Shut up, it's late, okay? Anyway, so Legends, apparently they still haven't fixed it. And I thought that one of the good things to do would be to make the options less obvious, because, I mean, obviously, if you want to be evil, stabbing the guy or robbing him is, like, obviously evil. But I thought it would be interesting to see what the player would do if they don't know which option necessarily was which.
Yeah.
That
And
seems
it-
like some interesting social commentary options.
Yeah,
It would be-
they never really gave gray areas. in
Yeah,
the
I
Fable
know
games,
kind of.
which
I
is
kind of know
weird.
what you're saying. Like more like judge the evilness or goodness of an action by
that-
its intent rather than by the action itself.
That way, like, when you get to the end, you don't know what, like, ending you're kind of gonna get, I guess? Maybe, like, I don't know how,
that
like...
would. I would like that because it seems more real to life
Yeah.
if you could
Maybe
I
you
get
have
what you mean.
Mass
gray areas in there.
Like for
Mass
example,
Effect-y?
killing a guy because that's gonna save someone else in the long run, then that wouldn't be bad. That would be good. But killing the same guy just to like get some money or whatever reason because you're bored on the open world, that makes you bad. That would be cool. Like all like based on intent instead of the action itself.
You know, like, they never really had a gray area. Like, what if you're a hero that, yeah, you save people, but at the same time, you're blackmailing them for money, because, they might come back, you should give me some money.
At the
Or on
same
the other
time,
hand, you could be a villain that also believes in meting out justice. Like, yes,
Nice vocab
you
word there.
betrayed my kingdom.
Like,
You're going to have to die.
oh my God.
I am the only one who
I'm the
can
only-
extort taxes from the
There
poor.
can be only one!
I think we can kill 2 stones with 2 stones with 1 bird. Oh my God, 2 birds with 1 stone.
I'm just thinking of Martin whacking stones with a bird.
Why aren't you dead?
We can
The
kill
bird
2 stones. Let's kill these 2 stones. We're talking about Assassin's Creed, which I don't play. I have no idea. But
Yeah, with Martin and I for all of these discussions, because we haven't played those games.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna assume
these
all the-
topics were picked from a different set of guests, and then a bunch of technical difficulties screwed
next
it
time, make them
all
all
the hell.
Nintendo or PC, please. Well, Assassin's Creed is technically PC, but you know what I mean.
Well,
I'm just gonna assume.
Well, the thing of this topic we have is this can hit to even someone who's never played the games.
Oh, the female one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Females.
Here, I'll read the title for the viewers so that they get up to speed. Ubisoft attempts to explain the lack of female options in Assassin's Creed Unity.
By saying it would take a lot of development time, which was immediately refuted by someone that's saying that's bullshit.
In one of the other articles, a former Assassin's Creed developer said that they could add female character options to Assassin's Creed Unity in 1 or 2 days. And they go on and explain some details supporting that in Assassin's Creed 3. But me, myself, I've seen evidence of that in the very first set of multiplayer, as well as the second set, which was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed Revelations, which I have a poster for back here. The female characters had their entire animation set was cannibalized from female.
Por favor.
Twitch, don't do this to me.
Why you do this to
We
me?
got
Teiichi onegaishimasu.
Japanese,
Bakeru,
though.
the Bakeru.
Oh God! For
Sanctus,
both of you guys, dat Japanese for both of you.
Dude,
No,
by the way, people who are listening to this, we are 3/6 of the Saskats.
We are.
Good point.
And
We're
I eventually
half
try
of
to
the Saskats.
I will eventually try to weasel my way into being one.
It's
He does not simply weasel into the Sascat.
Let me
One does
just like
not simply weasel.
okay, just a little recap. The Saskats is a group of seats streamers. Jerkro is the guy who's doing the 24-hour stream. He's part of the 12 hours, sorry. He's part of the Saskats. We're a group of seat streamers. It kind of like just happened. We did a Paper Mario run, and ever since we all fell in love with each other. And
well,
and
it's
now-
probably,
And Martin won.
Martin is actually me in disguise.
yeah, basically we're the same person, but with different bodies. And we just like stream together whenever we can. We roll into each other's streams, and we have fun, and we're sassy.
And you fall into
and
each other's arms on occasion.
and we kiss very
Yes.
passionately.
On
It's
the
a
mouth.
really, it's just
And
a
then,
funny
and then
thing.
there's these whole incidents about shorts and stuff. I don't know.
It's
And,
your
Jerkro.
shower shorts. Yeah.
And on our first stream all together, there was a whole joke about Japanese about like we were racing Paper Mario, and there's a part in the game where you have to bake a cake. And our friend Strider, who's also part of the Saskats, he was playing the Japanese version of the game, which is faster. And he goes, "Guys, time to bake a cake in Japanese."
But he was completely serious. He was like
was completely
making a
serious.
joke. He was completely serious about
He was
saying
like, "Cause you
Right.
gotta bake the cake in Japanese, and there's like a lot of text options, so it's kind of like almost like
you kind of have
lock-based
to
kind
know
of thing."
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to know it. And then I kind of like for a second forgot about the fact that he was actually playing the Japanese version. I was like, what? why in Japanese? And then I just said, Bakeru de Keikuru. And it was the funniest thing.
It never gets old. And then when I got to the Japanese cake baking part, I was just like, "Hey, time to bake the cake." And then it just continued. I think. Oh man.
Bakeru de Keikuru.
I was
it
just a
helped that
viewer
Strider
at all
and I-
this happening.
Sanctus was just like, "This is fantastic.
This
So-
is
Comedy gold."
fucking amazing. The word that Jerk
can't
Row was
even
stressing
believe
to
it.
not use.
Yes, and then Martin dropped
Yeah.
Fuck.
like 5. He just like comes on the Skype going, "Hey, motherfucker."
No, wait. No, it was like,
Hey,
hey,
fucking
are we
fuckers.
live? Yes. Can they all hear me? Yes. Hey, you fucking fucker. No. Oh,
Oh my god. It was
Oh, it was a thing of beauty, and I was there to witness it.
and
This
what
is
was it?
terrible. Terrible.
Dude, they change.org. Can we put a link on the
African
doobly
Oh
American-
doo?
god.
Someone posted that in Anatomy to stream.
No, and then on the YouTube upload, put it on the description. The link to the change.org petition.
You'll
change
need
the
to get me
black
that link.
toad-
If you want me to put it in there, you gotta get me that link.
Codes.
They
To
aren't
change the
even
black-
toads.
Jerk.
They're
I was.
You gotta find me the link,
They're
otherwise
not-
I can't put it in.
There, you're saying he's so racist.
They're not even toads, huh? They're not even toads. Like, oh
They're
man.
not.
That's the
I love
worst.
how-
Dude.
Honestly,
Just because
though,
they're
guys,
black.
seriously though,
They are
actually,
Koopas.
They actually are the Koopa brothers, but that's regardless. It doesn't matter.
They may not
wrong.
be actual toads, but at the same time, they are
They
full
deserve
well
the respect.
toads in my eyes.
If you want to dress like a toad and be treated like a toad, you're a toad.
Except for the Koopa bits.
If you're a toad up the inside, you should be allowed to dress like a toad freely without any judgment.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
There's still the whole problem with the Koopa bits, but
Right.
So,
I don't even
okay.
know.
there may
happened
be
because
some
there's a
things
skip-
that a toad can do that you may not be able to do with your anatomy, but you
Yes,
are full
that's
well welcome to try.
I don't have the correct anatomies, pun. Alright.
This joke also comes from the Saskats. There's a skip on Paper Mario Talk that called the Black Toad skip, and when who brought it up? I think it was
I'm gonna
a
say Strider.
Strider was like,
It was
no,
probably-
you asked Strider, oh, can I do, we were doing glitchless, and you were like, can I do the
Yeah.
Black Toad skip? And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
It was
what are you
supposed to be a joke. I was like, yeah, can we do the Black Toad skip? Because it's not actually a skip though.
And I'm like,
Which was-
it's African American toad skip, please.
Yeah.
And now there's a petition on change.org to like officially change the name of the skip to African American toad skip. Which is
I think- who was it that pointed out that you were Canadian?
I have good
The what?
news, people. Twitch is not
Yes?
taking a giant, massive Hershey squirt on itself right now. The stream
Ah,
is going
still
at
burns.
full frame rate. On the website, it's running
It still
beautifully on the
burns.
preview.
nice.
Oh my god, they finally got their shit together.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Oh
look at
my
that.
gosh.
Look at that.
It
That
works.
looks
That's
beautiful.
awesome.
Oh,
I can see
The
the
GIF
moving.
actually moves.
Actually, oh my gosh, the GIF and the preview are completely in sync.
that's
There's like a 30-second delay in there, and they're completely in sync with each other.
What were you
crazy.
saying, Dirt? Sorry, I didn't catch
that's awesome.
Oh, this is beautiful.
that. Dirt.
Like, I forgot. What were we talking about?
Put your pants back on.
Turn on the lights. I can't find my pants.
She's got to get him back from Jerk
What
Bro.
makes you think I'm wearing pants?
What makes you think I'm wearing pants?
What makes you think I am pants?
You know what? You know what? I'm about to get really, really risky here. I'm undoing a single button.
Alright, yeah.
We
I
might
just
have to
took
rate
cake.
this stream.
This is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
No, yeah.
Anyway.
Time to go back to like the 70s.
What else is there to talk about? Oh, the Banner Saga thing.
Going to the 70s.
Yeah.
That was actually, as a musician, I think like it's a good thing that the guy's like standing up for himself and being like, oh fuck, all these like musician like I don't know, associations and stuff that they're only there to like fuck musicians over. So it's like,
I mean, they
Good
are
for
the
him.
union, though.
Yeah, but still, like, why you would
Well, I mean,
just sue him for $50,000 just for making music for a video game?
I feel like that
well,
the law is just not enforced, and then they just decided to enforce it on this poor guy, and he's just like, all right, come on. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like it's like a road that the speed limit is blatantly ignored by everybody, and then the cops decide to pull over you.
Here,
Yeah,
let me
exactly.
fill in the viewers who haven't read this article just yet. The composer from Journey and Banner Saga might get $50,000 in fines because he did his job. Let me find the bit that tells why.
Yeah, that reminds me that time that I went to work and my boss was like, "Hey, you owe us $50,000," and I was like, "Oh, cool."
Here we go, here we go. Several years ago, Ray Hare, the president of the American Federation of Musicians, put together a video game agreement working committee to develop a new game agreement. The new video game agreement was approved by AFM's International Executive Board and went into effect December 2012. It is essentially a blockage of all new recordings that are done for video games. And it says this new contract was done without allowing any composers, musicians, or any of the 90,000 members of the union they didn't get to give any opportunity to vote on it. It
Is
was done
there
without
that
their consent.
it wasn't said in the article, but is there a reason for the existence of this thing?
well, I think that the way unions work in general, I think they were trying to stop anyone from agreeing to work under terms that were the ideal would be to stop anyone from working under terms that were not ideal for them, like to try and stop musicians from accepting unfair jobs until they hammered out a contract with all the major video game companies saying, hey, you have to give us at least this. In practice,
Right.
it turned out kind of different.
Yeah, in practice,
Yeah.
apparently, it's just kind of a
Yeah.
blanket. Yeah, no, nobody in this union is actually going to make money.
Because the
Okay.
thing is, like, most people don't
why does that
realize, but
help?
most people
Yeah.
don't realize, but they think like the money in music, it's only like, oh, only like the Billboard charts. No, like money, like music ever is a huge deal, a huge amount of money, like licensing and like mastering, recording, having your own like copyrights, everything. Like there's a lot of money in the music industry, like behind the scenes, like for movies, video games, almost anything. And
Yeah.
it can get really tricky and really like there's a lot of legal stuff that you're gonna be careful of. And
But
like,
at the same time, when you're probably paying dues to be in that union. At that
You are.
point, when they're
Exactly.
impeding your ability to do your job and
Yeah.
actually make your income to pay your bills and such, at that point, it doesn't seem like it's a very good union to be in.
Yeah. I agree. And I completely support this guy and his cause.
Is the guy allowed to leave the union? Or is he not allowed to leave the union?
I don't
I
think
assume
they
that
can
he'd be
legally hold
allowed.
him in the. I don't think they can legally hold him in the union.
Actually,
That's what I'm
there's
thinking.
some jobs that you cannot be hired if you're not a member of the union.
But
I
not
ran
There's
musician.
also
but not
some
musician.
companies that won't hire you if you're a member of a union.
Yeah, but not for a musician.
Yeah, for musician, yeah. There's a good case, and it furthers the long-standing belief that Walmart is a shitty company. They will not hire anyone in a union. They won't. They'll just flat out turn you down.
Let's. I think this would turn into political.
It's just a
If we
little
go down that road.
example. There's nothing really else to add there because it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's
It's
a lot.
true. It's a
There's an unignorable number of people, not really saying majority or minority, that agree that Walmart's a shitty company, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
A significant number. There we go. Now we can move on. But yes, he's getting. They're thinking of fining him $50,000. That just. I want to pull out hairs off of how stupid that is.
It is.
And it's not just
It's
that,
funny,
but
like,
no, go ahead.
thanks. It's kind of funny how, no, it's fine. It's kind of funny how, like, within the union, they had to be like, all right, this law was not enforced ever. Who are we going to enforce? This guy. This guy is the one that we're going to enforce him on. And we're going to make him pay $50,000. And everyone's like, yep. Like, all right, there you go.
Yeah, it's just weird that it was decided to be implemented in this like really specific case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just this poor guy. And it's like an indie game, so it's not even...
He's not even making crazy amounts of money, so...
Right.
And it's not just that, it's that they didn't get on it right away. They ignored him for quite a while. Like, they ignored everyone violating...
Like, Journey has been out for a while.
Yeah, Journey's been out for a real long while. Journey was a really good game, too, you gotta admit that. Like, that was originally just a tiny little game that probably didn't have that much advertising. And then, like, a couple of streamers and YouTubers found it. And it's like, holy shit, this is a good game. And then, PewDiePie is a good example. He gets millions and millions and millions of views in a day. And he did a playthrough of Journey. You can imagine how many sales that got it.
Do you watch, there's this YouTube channel called Game Theory.
I've seen a couple of
He talks exactly about that thing about PewDiePie and people from YouTube and how much influence they have on the market.
And that goes right back to my original statement of the affiliate program.
Yeah, and it goes back to Nintendo and it goes like, maybe the Wii U is failing because these people aren't making videos about Nintendo because Nintendo is taking all their money, so there's no like massive advertisement on the internet for them. And
now you're on the same page as me.
Yeah.
That was my whole point.
Yeah.
And we've gone full circle, people. We've gone full circle.
I was about to say,
full circle.
3 snaps and a circle.
We've gone full circle from PewDiePie to the Wii U.
Yep. No wonder the Wii U is failing. They don't have the videos to back them up. You gotta consider back when they did like the SNES, the N64, the PlayStation 1, any of the Saga consoles, those all were
back
done
then
as
was a huge thing. I'm just kidding.
Well, my point is they were developed, but they weren't like a flagship thing at the time and as their original construction, but it was really cheap to make them and it was fairly easy to develop.
Wait, what do you mean by flagship thing?
Like with I'll take the
Xbox. Consoles, I think, except for the PlayStation 2 and the Wii, most consoles have sales have gone down with time.
Well,
the sales.
I'm talking about their approach to it, their mindset when making it. Not necessarily sales figures. Because the sales figures would be a completely different chart and would show a completely different trend. But when their mindset of creating these things, they were thinking like, we've got this market and this market and this market quarter. Oh, we can potentially add another market to our thing. Yeah, we'll set aside some funds. Yeah, go develop that. You'll be fine. And they don't pay it that much mind.
I disagree.
But as you got to...
Nintendo is famous. Like, they were huge. Like the reason why Nintendo lost so many third-party developers when PlayStation came along is because they were dicks about like third-party games being perfect on their consoles. Like, there's so many stories with Capcom, with the people who make Castlevania, even Konami, and all these companies that they were like, your game can't have a single bug. And
well, that's just the game mindset, but I'm talking about the console development, like making the console itself. Like it seems to be like
I still disagree.
As you get further and further, they're pumping more.
Pretty revolutionary at the time.
Well, here's the point I was getting to. As you go further in time, their consoles, they start pumping more and more money and more of their whole company's resources into just that one project. And you get to a point where how much money are you going to put into it in the first place just to make it a commercially viable product? That's where it starts getting into that gray area. And then you come around with like the Wii U, they didn't. I'm already losing my train of thought because.
But then you go back to like, you can't bet it all on like every console because, for example, like Nintendo has always been very safe. But what happened, for example, to Sega? Sega was never safe. For Sega, every console was like their last console. Like they threw all the cards in the table with every console, and then ended up like biting them in the ass at the
Too
end.
many cards.
In contrast, Nintendo always plays it safe. Always. The Wii was crazy cheap. Wii U is cheap, like cheap to make. Like their consoles have always been cheap to make. Like they always play it safe. They never sell a console at a loss. They never they might sell it at like no profit, but they never sell it at a loss. They're always cheap. They never go crazy about like they're really like
I
they play it safe.
I think I remember seeing figures for like the PlayStation 3 and the 360. Like the first year or two, they were in a deficit because they were making sales.
The Wii was selling like hotcakes.
The Wii was selling like hotcakes, but the 360 and the PS3 for like the first year, they were in deficit. But then they reached that breaking point where they made up that deficit and got into the profit region again.
Trust me, dude. The Wii is like, I study business. The Wii it's a perfect example of a marketing hit. Like it was the perfect product at the perfect time, aimed at the perfect market with the perfect advertisement, the perfect software. Like who here doesn't love Wii Sport? Yeah, it's not a real game, but who doesn't love Wii Sport?
Not that
at the
detailed
time,
of a game, but yeah, like who doesn't like having around a Wii ball?
Back in those days, like everyone wanted to play Wii Sports. You can't even lie. You could have been the most hardcore kind of guy, but you wanted to play Wii Sports.
Yeah, I admit I was curious about it. It's like, does it really work? Like, do I just
if one of your buddies had a Wii with Wii Sports back in the day, like I'm talking like first few months of release, you would go to his place.
You would go and get it.
Dude, I pointed the Wii remote at the screen, and the pointer followed where I was pointing. My like 10, 11-year-old mind like blew into a bajillion pieces.
Yeah,
it was like all over the floor. It was bad.
Oh my god,
like,
you're so young.
You had to clean it up.
Yeah, he's so young, right? I was like 13,
I'm
14 at the time.
I think
I'm
we're
like
all
17.
older than you.
Yeah.
You're the youngest one here. No,
I know.
I don't know how to think. I forgot how to think.
But yeah, but back in the day, like Wii Sports and like the Wii, the whole concept, like it was mind blowing. Everybody wanted one of those. Like I wanted one of those. Like everybody I knew wanted one of those.
And then
like,
you got to a point where the Wii, not just
cheap,
because it was
fun,
cheap, there was a point where they started going around like, oh, this cheap little console is really, really good. You should get this word of mouth.
Yeah.
Now in this generation of consoles, we're more like, it's got that word of mouth element, and we expect it to be there, and they invested accordingly.
This happened right before the iPad, the like mobile games craze. Like they tapped that market, like they were the first ones to tap that market. They totally tapped it.
They tapped that?
And now in this generation, we rely more so on the internet to get our word of mouth factor.
True.
Yeah, and the problem is that they try to sell the Wii U to the same market, but that market now it's saturated. It's not the same market that it was before.
So what is happening now is the PS4 and the Xbox One are getting more sales because people are doing videos on them, and essentially that's doing the word of mouth
that's a huge generalization. There's a million other factors.
Well, it's a non-ignorable segment, though. It's a non-ignorable segment, though.
It's one of the big factors, but there's a huge...
I agree with Sanctus. Here.
Yeah,
that's
that one of many factors is not applying to the Wii U right now. A lot of its word of mouth isn't there.
Yeah, and that's one of the big factors, but there's many more.
In turn, developers are reluctant to go. There's people reluctant to buy it. Like, for instance, seeing Hyrule Warriors and seeing this new Smash Brothers, that actually makes me want to start buying the console now, because there's actually like big stuff to play on there. I think I saw a bit of 101. Apparently that was really good.
That's the nail in the coffin, but like there's a lot of other factors as well. Like let's consider that the PS4 is way cheaper than the PS3 at launch. It was way cheaper.
Oh yes.
Remember the PS3 was like $600 at launch.
Man. But like, I remember honestly, I remember talking
Then
in grade
there's
school
other
about it.
factors like the
Uh,
Xbox 360. Remember the whole Red Ring of Death thing?
oh my god,
Oh
that was a
gosh.
nightmare.
I'm
Now
happy to say I
PlayStation.
never experienced the red ring.
So
Oh
PlayStation and
gosh.
Xbox, they got their shit together. They launched relatively cheap, better made consoles. Like there's a lot of other factors. Like
But the
yeah,
main
the
difference is
videos take the videos like the thing you brought up is true, the word of mouth and stuff like that. But there's like many other things. Like the Wii U, the Wii U didn't have that like thing like the Wii had Wii Sports. You grab the controller and it's like, oh, it's baseball. It's use it like a bat. Everybody could do it. Grandma could do it. Grandpa could do it. Your little cousins could do it. You could do it. Everybody would have fun because it's baseball. Like everybody understands that concept. Wii U didn't have that. Oh, here's an iPad and you can like there's this like and they try to use Nintendo line. So here's an iPad and it's like kids pretending to be Mario, so you can like run around and catch them and people are like, what? There wasn't that, you know what I mean?
yeah.
That's software that
I think
really
this is an
pushed it.
awesome. I think this is an awesome conversation for a different topic because Jerko stream is about to end in 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's sign
Like,
off.
This
Okay,
could be a whole
so-
podcast.
Yeah, I think
This could be a whole podcast on just why the Wii U. I think Sanctus. I think that could be the next topic.
The
Yeah,
next
let's come back.
podcast,
Let's come back and have a
It could
Wii U
be.
podcast.
yeah, it could be. We
That
could
would be
we could
crazy.
have and try to have a whole Wii U segment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it failing? Well,
Let's
it's
make
doing
sure
well
we
better now.
haven't missed any topics.
I think we didn't.
Fable we've covered. Journey we've covered. We covered the Steam sale a little bit, although we didn't really cover it at all. Good enough
Not
though.
really.
We covered GTA 5. We covered a little bit of the lack of female options in Unity. Customization.
We didn't get Shadow of the Diablo.
Yeah,
We didn't do
Shadow of the
Diablo.
Diablo. We missed that. Okay,
I don't.
here we go. Here we
I
go.
haven't played both games. So I don't know.
Me neither. Rip me and Martin again.
I have one little thing I want to mention
I
on it.
haven't either.
The one little thing I want to mention on it, that Shadow of the Colossus transmog set that they showed. I fucking love Shadow of the Colossus. That
seen
game
playthroughs.
is
Looks
fucking
fun.
amazing.
I follow countdown makers. They like make top 10s and stuff, and all of them, they're like they just can't stop gushing over Shadow of the Colossus. Didn't even know it existed until like 2 years ago.
There's
from
a
what I've seen,
reason.
it looks fantastic.
I might
you-
actually. I've been
if-
thinking about getting a PlayStation TV, so
I
I might
need to
like
get
get
it.
that and play that.
I need to play Shadow of the Colossus. That's like really
The
high up on
PlayStation
my.
If
TV is
you-
such a good deal. You get
if you
it's
have
$99 and you have basically all like the PlayStation catalog like for a subscription. That's a good deal.
What it is right now, well, it's going to release at Christmas. Once you get it, it will give you basically PSP games and PlayStation Vita games. You'll have that full catalog. Then, once PlayStation Now comes out of beta, you'll be able to use that service to stream PlayStation 3 games and PlayStation 4 games from an external server.
Nice.
However, it comes with a DualShock 3 controller, which means you will only be able to play PlayStation 3 games with that.
Cool.
You'll need a PlayStation 4 controller to play the PlayStation 4 games.
I don't mind, and I'll
'cause it
probably
has the whole
wait
light
until
bar
like the
thing.
games are out and people are actually like reviewing how it does, how well it plays, and then I'll think about getting it. I never buy something like at launch. That's like the worst idea ever.
Yeah.
Never buy a console at launch. Never, kids.
If
Alright.
if any of you have a PlayStation 3, if you have PlayStation Plus, I've heard that you can get the Shadow of the Colossus HD remake for free.
Free.
And you can play that as well as the first game, Eco. Which, although Shadow of the Colossus is actually a prequel to Eco.
Cool.
Although Eco is a completely different type of game. They're both platformers, but Eco doesn't have giant things trying to step on you.
It's funny because it's a platformer where the platforms are the boss. Like it's
Yes.
technically the boss
Every
is the
fight's a
platform.
boss battle. Oh gosh. Then I think we're gonna
Speaking of-
skip our other topic, which we skipped over. It was them fixing Assassin's Creed. The whole
Well, no, I'd like to
chase
point one
sequences.
thing out there. In the topic line, Sanctus actually put fixing Ass's Creed, and I'm wondering whether that's his opinion
yeah.
on how it is.
That's a long running joke with Assassin's Creed. Just call it Assassin's Creed. I love Assassin's Creed. I love the games, but I can't pass up that joke opportunity.
Martin Purse,
Assassin's Creed.
are you
Yes.
with me on? Are you with me on this? We can say it at
What?
the same time.
Oh,
We
I haven't
haven't-
played that game.
Yeah, I haven't played that game. High
Sorry, I
fives.
fucked that up.
It's fine. It's all good. We're close
Oh,
enough.
it's fine. You don't have to play Assassin's Creed to be able to say
We started
Assassin's
at the
Creed.
same time, so that's what
Ass.
Ass. you gotta give it with
The
more
angry video
feeling.
game nerd. Ass.
Ass.
AVGN.
That's great. Yeah. I think-
Oh gosh. Okay, I think we have covered all of our topics. Would you like to give outros and tell us where you can find us? We'll start with the upper right-hand corner in the blue gloves.
Oh, that's me.
Trip.
Um,
Just I'm messing with you again. Go ahead, Martin.
anyways, Martin Perez streams. You can catch me on twitch.tv/mrtnprzstreams. Streams. Here it is. Check it out. Martin Perez streams. For sure.
Purrs.
Martin Purse.
Thanks for watching.
It's like they took our jobs, except it's Merton Purrs.
It's usually
Okay.
just casual gaming and it's funny. I try to be funny.
You're not funny, Merton. Don't try.
You know how you have the sound effect buttons? Well, you should record one of us saying Martin Purse. And that is the sound effect button. Like, when someone follows you.
Merton Purrs.
It would be awesome.
Like if someone,
I would,
if someone follows
I would
you.
actually do that.
Oh, we can make
That-
that the
like, if-
stream highlight. We can make that the stream highlight. Just a bunch of us trying to say Merton Purrs.
Like
You
when someone
what
follows you, like
sounded
the
like
audio
a
clip must be
ghost?
Martin Purse.
Martin Purse. Martin Purse.
Martin Purrs streams in 3D.
That's me.
Oh gosh, that voice though.
Which
That
one?
was great. No, the
Coming
Sanctus was
this
great.
fall to a theater near you. Merton Purrs streams in
Oh, man.
3D.
Oh my gosh. Like the whole
Surround,
the gold. Oh,
in
like
surround audio or something. I don't know.
In 23.8 surround sound through a collaboration by Dolby and Theeks.
I hope everyone else is
60
hearing
frames
the
per
exact
second,
same like.
10
Oh shit. That's, cool.
1080p.
That's good. That's good.
Martin, your mic sounds like this.
Oh my god. I think I have it all the way up. There you go. That's better, right?
Anyway,
That's
So-
better.
In a world with only one Merton, with many purrs.
In a world with only one Martin.
In a world
And
with
three
many,
frogs.
many frogs.
I was gonna say frog.
You sounded like a frog there, Martin.
World where everyone's a frog.
In a world where when I don't know where I don't know
In a
how to do
world
voices.
where I, Metal Gear.
Oh, you just reminded me of Metal Gear Awesome.
Oh, time to smoke
hotness, I
these
wanna
cigarettes. I smoke it in my stomach.
Oh, hotness, I want to bang you.
Oh, hotness, I want to bring you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love Metal Gear Awesome. We haven't even gotten the other two outros. Just going off on another fucking
Let's
tangent.
do it. Let's go see Draco.
Okay, Trip,
Okay,
your turn.
Signing ground.
My name is Triple Agent. You can find me on YouTube, Triple Agent, and then you can also obviously find me on Twitch. Sanctus was nice enough to put the little Twitch link there. I appreciate that, or at least twitch.tv/Triple Agent. As you guys know or don't know, maybe if you didn't tune in at the beginning of the podcast, I run Paper Mario kind of semi-seriously, I'd say, and then kind of do SM64 for fun, and then I do Let's Plays on my YouTube channel. So we just have a good time.
In a paper world where one agent becomes tripled.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
That's why I have this
Okay.
mic.
Dude, like, you gotta record that, the mic. That's gonna be my followers. In a world made of paper, where one agent becomes triple. That could,
In a paper world where another person has joined the Legion.
That's so good. You can make money off that. You can make some serious money off that.
I'm rich, bitch!
In a world full of dirt.
In a world full of dirt, occasionally inside of a jar, we have our next guest in the bottom right-hand corner in the quite salty trunks from being at sea. We have, in my day, we had dirt.
In the pirate swag.
No,
Pirate
I'm not the
swag.
pirate. I'm
And
the
we
jack.
had-
420 blaze it. Hashtag.
Please don't blaze the dirt.
That's all we have in my day.
That's all we had.
No.
Yes, but I am in my day we had dirt, and if you weren't here at the beginning, I stream Paper Mario, and I'm hoping to stream Minish Cap. And you can find me on Twitch.
I forgot to ask you, Dirt, what category are you going to run with Paper Mario?
I'm gonna run all cards.
Oh, why you got to pick that's the hardest one. Oh, man.
Yeah, I
All right,
know,
good luck
but-
with that. Jesus.
Because that's the
Thank
one
you.
that's the one that
Oh,
more
shit,
badass.
son.
Because that's the more badass one. So
I guess it's more badass. It's fun. I think all cards is really fun. Anyway.
Triple, say it with me. Shit.
Shit.
Okay, we're signing off.
I just keep
See
thinking of
you-
the John.
Okay, we're
Is it the
signing
John
off, peoples. We're
Yeah,
gonna go off on
John.
another tangent.
Okay, we gotta go.
Salute you, viewers.
why you always be telling me this?
We're missing a salute from Merton. There we go, Merton saluted.
where we're signing off.
Goodbye.